I don't expect you to understand me, nor to even trust me. But even still, will you take this hand? There's too much I can't say. Things that are secrets. I don't even know what would happen if I told. And yet here we are. You and I once again. It may seem like a first meeting, but it's not. God, it's not. We've met like this 16 times, maybe 20. It all starts blending together. The amount of times that I've seen you smile. I've seen you die. I've seen everything in between that no one should have to witness, from the one that they cherish the most. You're no different to me than my greatest treasure. I am Xavier. By the way, I was a little slow to say, because I had to be. It wasn't something that even came to mind because of how many times. Listen, all you need to know is we're comrades, okay? I'm on your side. No matter if this whole world turns against you, I refuse. Do you understand me? Good. See? That wasn't so hard, was it? The other things that I said, just ignore them for now. No, it's just been hard. You probably can't believe them, can you? To think you'd hold my hand this time makes it feel hopeful, different. I have gone through a lot. Perceptive as always, I see. That you can see through my eyes and get under my skin. It reminds me of the first. Never mind. I know you understand. At least as much as you can, given the circumstances. I do feel bad. Really bad. Blurting out those things wasn't planned. I just didn't expect to see you so soon. This is the soonest I've ever seen you. And you look beautiful. I can't. I've never been able to take my eyes off you. Do you know why? It's a really stupid reason. But if you must know, it's because when I look at you, it doesn't feel like I'm just looking at someone. It's like I can see red strings of fate. But not quite that. Not something quite so cliched. It's embarrassing. Don't make me say it. Of course you'd pull that out. On what should be a complete stranger. How dare you? And yet, fine. I could never win against you in the first place. You see, when it comes to you, I don't know how to put it into words. It's something that's a feeling that doesn't really fall under the category of what we would normally express with words. I'm not making much sense, am I? Sorry about that. But aside from that, while I try and gather my thoughts, I know. Thank you for the introduction, by the way. I appreciate you sharing your name. We work in the same field. You probably haven't heard of me. It's probably better that way. Nothing. Don't think anything of it. I have so many things rushing through my mind that I guess the word would be an epiphany to answer that previous question. No, nothing like that. Just a genuine feeling. So intense, so abrasive that I can't help but feel a million emotions put into one. Like I'm meeting someone I've met a bunch of times, though I guess I spoiled that one. This time, I want it to be different. Will you let me take your hand first? Just like that. This is almost going far too good. Is it really okay? Well, I suppose so. Look at me. Sorry, it's just seeing you smile and that look in your eyes. It made me feel something I can't put into words again. That's happening a lot, this conversation, isn't it? Sorry about that. Would it help if I maybe apologized by taking you out on a date? I do happen to, for better or worse, know your schedule quite well. Look, you don't have to believe me on that. I'm not expecting you to. I shouldn't have said anything. It's just, it gets lonely. Trying to accomplish this. I can't do it alone. You know that? What is a man without anyone on his side? Isn't that cheeky of you to say that? So soon. Someone you've only just met who could be lying about everything, and you would trust me right then and there. Don't get ahead of yourself, okay? No, not complaining. But you should have your guard up a little bit. I'm an unknown man, and I'm bigger than you. At least a little bit. What? Aren't I kind of intimidating? No, you wound me. To think I don't have that much intimidation when I'm still fighting on the front lines, making a difference. At least trying to. Fighting is a strong word, though. It's never been easy. When things get convoluted, when there's not just a black and white, what do? Do you ever look in the mirror and wonder, am I really doing the right thing? That's me every day. It might sound stupid to doubt myself after so long, but it's easy to. It's way too easy to fall back into it. Thinking, but what if this? What if that? Sorry. I do trail off a bit. Want a crepe? This stand right here. We just so happened to meet, as fate would align, in front of an excellent crepe vendor. My treat. You should be careful of accepting sweets from strangers. Otherwise, could be poison, right? What? I take offense to that. That I don't look clever enough to have planned it with the crepe stand. Damn. Perhaps I've lost some of my charm then. But the fact that you're with me is more than enough. Here you go. Have a bite of mine. Is it good? This one's my favorite. It's actually you who showed me it. Sorry. That doesn't make sense, does it? It's all jumbled and messed up. Oh, sorry, don't mind that. I was just happy to see you smile. It might sound stupid, but that smile right there means a lot to me. Much more than I could ever hope to put into words. My words are clumsy, haphazard, and half the time, I can never think of them. But the feelings, I'm at least kind of good at expressing. Might I hold your hand? Might I? I'm getting carried away. Sorry, Oh. Thank you. That's wonderful. I'm sorry for such a strange request. On our first meeting, I just... So you could tell that much? Yes, I'll admit it. I am firmly in love with you. Something that was hard to admit, even the first time. But now somehow it's harder. That the times we've had just disappeared. Or maybe they haven't. It feels like you are almost the same, even if the memories didn't follow. Maybe something else did. Feelings, passion. I like to dream. I'm nothing if not a dreamer. Sorry to say. Not too disappointed? That's wonderful. I love that. And, well, as much as I hate to admit it, that feels refreshing. I hate giving myself hope sometimes, because I look in the mirror and when it's just me alone, I start doubting myself and how'd you know? Thank you. Perhaps I needed that. A little bit more than I thought I did. Want to come back to my place? Wait, that's way too forthright. I can't help it. I'm used to things and not used to them. Are you sure I'm not just trying to trick you? And how can you be so sure? Ah, a built-in lie detector, huh? Is that what you are? You can just read me like a book. Well, either that or I guess it's an admittance that I wear my heart on my shoulder. I mean, sleeve. I'm not blushing much. Sorry, just... The phrases aren't the best from me. You're just loving, poking fun at me, laughing at my expense. Cruel, heartless even. But I forgive you. On one condition. That you'll watch the stars with me. Maybe it sounds childish or stupid. Well, I'm glad you don't think it does, but I just like to look at the stars sometimes. I wonder how big it really is out there. This universe. Sometimes it feels so small. so confined, like a box you can never escape, and yet other times so vast, so expansive that I can't even know what to say or when. No, not like that. I mean, kind of, but you've got me there. There's a lot of it, even in my time of experiencing this. There's a lot of it that still scares me. And that's why when I held your hand, even when I hold it right now, it still scares me. I look up there and I feel like I'm going to fall into the sky. But somehow, holding your hand, talking to you, hearing your voice, seeing you smile, feeling how warm you are, it makes that fear melt away like ice. Though, for what it's worth, it's never dark around me. It was never the darkness that I feared, if that makes sense. It was the loneliness. I'm going to admit something, and if you want to hear me out, you can. Oh, really? You're dying to hear it? Well, then consider me quite lucky to have someone as good as listening as you. I'm quite weak to loneliness, to being on my own. And yet, I oftentimes find myself all alone in this big, wide universe, surrounded by things that hate me. People, enemies, if you can even call it that. But even then, even when I'm all alone, I always go back to thinking about you. Wait, that makes me sound like I'm some sort of obsessed stalker, and that's not the case. I promise that is not the case. I'm not. Pinky promise. See? Only an idiot would break one of these. Don't you agree? Integrity is the best quality of a good man. If my words mean something, I want them to continue meaning something. Not to get philosophical, but yeah, I haven't lied to you, and I won't lie to you ever because of one of these. Isn't it silly? It might be so much easier if I could. If I was any good at lying or hiding things, maybe then I wouldn't have made so many mistakes, and they're bad ones, trust me. I've never tried to make them, but it's that good intentions, they sometimes lead to bad things. Look, I don't want to sour what is genuinely a good mood on a happy day. But I want to change that mess of a future into something where we can be together. And it's not just for show. It's not just because I need you. It's because I want you to. Well, that was way more embarrassing saying it out loud. Well, if I'm blushing, it just means I feel it, right? Genuine feelings. I do. Well, if you wanted to. Aren't you getting ahead of yourself? No offense, but you need to be more careful. especially around men like me. I'm a jinx. Something that brings misfortune, and you're so stubborn that you stay by my side, even with that. I love you. And I'm not afraid to say that, and it's not a lie. I'll swear it on the most integrity I have, on everything I am as a man. But I know saying that on what is the first date for you probably comes across as vain or rushing something. You're supposed to be on my side here, not working against me. Chemistry, that's your excuse. Are we going to make a mistake today? If you wish to, who am I to stop you? After all, I've never seen you as anything less than my wings. The one who always picked me up like an angel when I was on the ground, breathing my last. You never let me be alone to the very bitter end. Sorry, I blurted out something unnecessary. But I mean it. I mean it. You're beyond special to me, so please, if you think I'm rushing headlong into this, stop me. If you don't, I might lose my mind. Having you all to myself so soon. You're right. Maybe this is the change. The ripple effect in the butterfly that makes the future better. But isn't it not what you're supposed to do in a relationship? I feel like I'm making mistakes only because I want so bad to make your first kiss and your second and your third and your fourth kisses that you can remember and never forget. Even across the multiverse, across timelines, across everything. But how can I know I can trust you? I do trust you. I trust you the same as the first time. Because I won't let this entrapment or cycle win against what I feel for you. I feel for you everything. Unspeakable feelings that make me lose my breath and my heart race. And I want to hold you. I want to make you mine all over again.